Right, so in this video, I'm going to go over why I think personalizing your emails, personalizing your outreach is probably one of the biggest wastes of time if you're looking to book meetings and sign clients for your marketing agency using cold email, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or any other method of contacting your ideal clients. And what I'm also going to go over is why all the recommendations from these agency gurus who haven't sent an outreach message in 7 years are actually detrimental, meaning they're getting you worse results than what you could be doing. And what I'm going to show you in this video is exactly what we do to get better results in our cold emails, in our LinkedIn outreach, without using these random personal lines, these random personalizations that these, big names recommend. And we've tested this for dozens and dozens of established marketing agencies, and we've helped them to add multiple 7 figures per year to their businesses using purely outbound, no ads. So like I was saying, if you don't know who I am, my name's Ethan Welby. I'm the founder of ETL Digital. We partner with established marketing agencies to help them add an extra $50,000 to $100,000 per month within around 6 to 9 months by building out client acquisition machines. Now, what we want to do is start off by explaining what most people do, right? They see these agency gurus, they see these YouTube videos, and what they tell you to do is write a very random, out of the blue personal line complimenting the owner, the CEO, the marketing director on random facts, honestly. You'll see people saying, "Hey John, congrats on the baseball game in 2003." And it just has nothing to do with what we're actually talking about. Because they say that and they go straight to pitching their Facebook ads. Right, so the way I see it is the only reason that people do anything, the only reason someone would do something is because they see a benefit in it for themselves. So the only reason that they would reply to your message or take action on one of your posts or buy your product is because they see the value that you're providing to be greater than what they'd have to pay in terms of money, effort, or time. They see a major benefit in what you're providing. So if that's the case, then why would someone reply to our email? Because they see benefit in it. Now, personalizing the email, complimenting them on their dog's birthday, why would that make them respond? It might show that you're unique, but if that's it, why would they respond? There's really nothing there to make them want to respond. So what I've found from running hundreds or even thousands of email campaigns at this point is the biggest drivers to making someone respond or not is the offer and the case studies. So I'll explain this in a minute, but what it is are you offering something that they actually want? Are you offering something that solves their problem? And do you have proof of solving that problem or getting that outcome? So that's what the offer is, and that's what the case study is. Right, so the typical format of an email is a greeting, "Hey John," a personal line, "Congrats on whatever," the offer, "We help this business to do this and this," and then a case study. "We recently helped this business to get this result in this time frame." Then you end with a call to action. "Would you be free next week for a quick call? Would you mind if I send some more info?" That's the typical structure, and that's what 90% of emails follow, assuming you're not, writing essays. So if that's the case, the two that makes the biggest impact is the offer and the case study. So the offer is what you do. We help this niche to get this many more sales in under 90 days on a pay and results basis, right? You can use that framework for any niche. And then the case study is just to give confidence to the offer, to give proof that you've done it. So we helped this niche to get this outcome. So in the past, we helped Louis Vuitton to increase the sales by 25% within 10 days. So if it's the case that people reply because they think that what you have will benefit them, personalizing doesn't fall into that equation, right? It doesn't indicate that you can provide something valuable. What does indicate the value is the offer and the case study. So if that's the case, then we need to focus on these two components as opposed to the personalization. Now, if we can agree that these are the most important things, then what I want to share now is exactly how we personalize the emails and get better results than what these agency gurus recommend with a random compliment that has nothing to do with the business. So the method that we use for our agency clients is called niche segmentation. And I'll give you a quick example of how this would work. Right, so if we look at the actual outreach process, what we have to start with is finding people to reach out to and then creating the actual message to reach out to them with. So what we do is we'd first compile what case studies we have. So let's say in this example, we're helping e-commerce brands and we're targeting fashion and apparel. So let's say we have 5 case studies in fashion and apparel, and we have a couple in other random niches like food and beverage, skincare, whatever. And because we have 5 in this one, what we're going to do is segment the niche based on this case study. So when we're targeting prospects, whatever tool we use, Apollo, hire a VA, whatever, what we do is we only go for apparel and fashion brands when we're sourcing, right? So we're only going to be going for brands in the apparel and fashion industry. Then what we want to do, because we're only targeting fashion and apparel, is tailor our messaging to them completely. So I'll walk through a random example of how an email would look if we were targeting this niche specifically. So it would go something like this. The typical framework is a greeting, a personal line, an offer, a case study, and a call to action. So we start with, hey name, doesn't really matter too much. Then we go into a personal line. So we can say something, instead of writing a random compliment, what we can say is, a partner of mine was looking through some fashion brands and yours came up. Or a partner of mine was looking through some fashion brands and he showed me a picture of yours. Now this is ultra specific because it calls out the fact that they're in fashion, which means they can relate to what we're saying in the following points. Then we go into the offer. So what we can say is, we help fashion brands to increase their sales by 100 to 200,000 a month within 60 days on a pay and results basis. Now, because we're saying we help fashion brands as opposed to we help businesses, whatever we say has a lot more potency because we're speaking to them specifically. And we can call out their exact problems if there are any specific ones. Then, where the real power comes in, is we state case studies, but only case studies in their niche. So because we have those 5 fashion case studies, we can mention all of them, honestly. But even mentioning just one, but the fact that they're in fashion just makes the case study even more powerful. Because it shows not only that you can do it for an e-com brand, but that you can do the outcome for a brand exactly like theirs. And this is where the power comes in. Not because you're complimenting their dog, but because you're talking about things that's exactly like theirs. So this is going to cause them or increase the likelihood of a reply. And then what you want to do is use the same thinking for all the follow-ups too. So in the follow-ups, what you can do is mention additional case studies in the fashion niche. And every single time it's going to be very, very powerful because you're not just talking about random brands and you're not just saying, hey, did you get my last email? And it would go something like, hey Nam, hope you're doing great. I just wanted to share a quick win. We recently helped Louis Vuitton to increase their revenue by around 25% in just 30 days using our new system. Would you mind if I send some more info? And that is way, way, way better than saying, hey, just bumping this up. Hey, just making sure this doesn't get buried. You know, you see the difference here. So this is how you can really increase the results of your emails, of your LinkedIn, of your Facebook, Instagram, whatever outreach you're doing, is by niche segmentation. And if you want more info on this, you can always message me or leave a comment. But this is much, much better than actually writing these, honestly, really bad personal lines at the beginning of emails. And finally, if you are running an established agency, meaning you're making above 20K a month, you have case studies, there'll be a link in the description if you want to speak to us about how we could potentially run this for you, help you add an extra 50 to 100K a month. If not, no problem at all. Right, and then feel free to subscribe, like the video if you want to get more videos about booking meetings, scaling your agency, and signing more clients.